You're a hard woman to find. Where are my manners? The name is Levy Dryden. Did Duncan ever mention me? Levy of the coins? Levy the trader? Really? He never told you of old Levy? We've known each other for years. But here I am carrying on while you have a blight to stop. Don't want to waste your time. But you see, Duncan promised that together we'd look into something important for the Wardens. And for me. But poor Duncan's... well, no more. A tragedy it is, at that. But I know he would want his work carried on. His pledge fulfilled.
No promise.
My family, well, past a bit checkered to see. Nobles look at us with disdain. My great-great-grandmother, Sophia Dryden, was the last Warden commander of Ferelden back when the Wardens were known as freeloaders. So King Arland banished the Wardens, and he took House Dryden's land and titles. And then some. Not much is known about that time. After King Arland died, there was a civil war, loads worse than this one. And our family was on the run, hunted by enemies, with nary a friend in the world. But Drydens are tough. We rebuilt, became merchants, and we never lost our pride.
Just tell me what I need to know.
Duncan wanted to reclaim the old Grey Warden base, Soldier's Peak, and perhaps we'll uncover evidence to restore my family's honour along the way. Nobody's been to Soldier's Peak since the Grey Wardens were banished, but I found a way. They say it's haunted, and it's certainly dangerous. Will you help me? 1,000 blessings upon you, Warden. I'll mark down the location on your map. When you arrive, we'll pick our way through the tunnels together.
Ah, it's good to see you, my timely rescuer. Bodon Fennick at your service once again. Now, before you say anything, I do recall that your business is private. But I saw your camp and couldn't help but stop. Is there anywhere safer to sleep? I think not. I'm perfectly willing to offer you a fine discount for the inconvenience of our presence. How does that sound? Good? Yes? I'm sure you'll be pleased with the goods my boy and I have collected, and with your discount.
See, he has a bunch of gifts, and these gifts will help a lot. Because these will help. Because I could give them a gift they hate as well and make them hate me. Oh. My bad. Okay, I do not need these.
Hello. The boy's a bit simple, but he's rather good with enchantments. One of those tranquil fellas actually called him a... what was it now? A savant. I had no idea such a thing existed.
What's what I'm trying to know?
Enchantment!
Enchantment. Obviously. I had everything to enchant.
And you give this to me, why?
Hostile.
That's a wonderful thought. I don't know what to say. Why, thank you so much. Why, thank you so much.
I have a reason for this. Because I need her to get to 100 so I can romance her.
Did you always live in an alienage? Was it very terrible? I have never been to the Denerim alienage, but I hear that life is hard and there is so much squalor. In Orlais, most elven servants live in the homes of their masters, often in great wealth and luxury. They are serfs. There is no slavery in Orlais.
Whatever shit.
Elven servants are well compensated for their services. Some of them live richer lives than humans. A well-trained elven servant is highly valued in Orlais. They are nimble and dexterous, and many people find them pleasing to look at.
And I offer myself to some Orlesian noble.
No, I did not mean it that way. Oh, my words were clumsily chosen. I did not mean to offend. I am sorry. I I did not realize that. It is so strange how long-held beliefs just seem natural and right. Like there is no other way to feel. Thank you. You have given me a lot to think about. Have I ever told you I really like the way you wear your hair?
Really, it's so stubborn sometimes.
It's very nice and it suits you. Simple. Not like the elaborate hairstyles we wore in Olay. They involved flowers, ribbons, jewels. One year, feathers were all the rage, and Lady Elise decided she needed to outdo everyone else, and actually wore live songbirds in her voluminous hair. The chirping was quite charming for a while, but you must realize, terrified little birdies often have loose bowels. I'm not sure, but I was trying to say something nice to you, wasn't I? Oh, forgive me, my mind wanders so. It's just
I love her.
I feel so comfortable talking to you, like I could say anything and you wouldn't judge me.
Oh, I'm judging you.
You see? This is what I mean. You're such a pleasure to talk to. I haven't
I'm doing
felt this
this
close to anyone in a long time.
because I'm gonna
I really
romance
enjoy
her.
your company.
So I'm gonna romance her, then later in the game I'm gonna kill her. Really screwed up.
And what would you do if I said I do? Very much so, in fact.
Whoa.
There's no one else I'd rather spend time with. Come then, let's get going. If I recall correctly, you have some important earth-shattering business to attend to. The stars are out.
That's great.
It comforts me to know that the stars will remain untouched by the blight. That whatever happens down here, they will shine eternally. Their light undimmed. There is a story about that cluster of stars over there. Do you know it? Elindra and her soldier?
I don't know my stories.
I will tell you this one. A long time ago, there lived a fair maiden called Elindra. She had many suitors, but spurned them all, for she did not love them. One day, Elindra was sitting by her window in her father's castle, singing and dreaming, when her lovely voice caught the attention of a young soldier. Entranced by her song, the soldier drew near to Elindra's window. As their eyes met, he fell in love with her, and she with him. When Elindra told her father about the man she had chosen, he was furious, for Elindra was high-born, but her love nothing more than a common soldier. To keep them apart, he had Elindra imprisoned in the highest tower of his castle, and sent her
damn.
soldier to the wars. Alas, not a month had passed before news of the soldier's death reached Elindra. Alone in her tower, Elindra wept for her love, and beseeched the gods to deliver her from this cruel world. So earnest was her plea that the gods themselves were moved. They gathered Elindra into their arms and lifted her high into the heavens, where she became a star. The gods also raised up the soul of Elindra's soldier love, and there he dwells, across the horizon from her. The band of stars between them is a river of Elindra's tears, cried for her lost love. They say that when Elindra has cried enough, she will be able to cross the river.
Your
to be
Wi-Fi
reunited
is
with her
always
soldier.
trash. Every time. But same, like, same.
This story is one of my favorites. A tale of a love so great and so enduring that it defies death and moves the gods to action. Sometimes I ask myself, does such a love exist? Can it exist? I think I would be lucky to experience an emotion even half as pure and true as Elindra's love. The world gets lonely too quickly if there is no one to share it with.
So Morgan hates me at the moment.
What do you want? We are in camp, so 'tis as good a time as any. I am here because Flemeth commanded me to aid you. Why? Do you wish me to leave? I can do so if you prefer. If I wanted to leave, then I would go. I remain, so do not ask such pointless questions. Go on, then. I was not born such. 'Tis a skill of Flemeth's, taught over many years in the wilds. The chastened have tales of we witches, saying that we assume the forms of creatures to watch them from hiding. When a child is alone and separate from his tribe, that is when we strike, dragging the young boy kicking and screaming to our lair to be devoured. A most amusing legend. Oh? I truly doubt that children would be worth the effort. They are filthy, smelly things full of tears and snot and trouble. That said, I cannot speak for the tastes of my mother. She has, after all, lived a very lengthy time in the wilds and done many things I know nothing of. Why do you ask? Is there something specific you wish to know? So glad I could indulge your idle curiosity, then.
Why did you say kind of bad?
My mother was from Denerim, and I consider myself
It's the way
Ferelden.
everyone but her
Mother
hates
served
me.
an Orlesian noblewoman who lived here when Orlais ruled. When Orlais was defeated and the common folk began to resent the presence of any Orlesian, the lady returned to Orlais. She took my mother with her. I was
I'm gonna
born in
make her
Orlais
hate me
and
after
did
a
not set
romancer.
foot in Ferelden till much later. Mother was always telling me stories of her homeland. I think she missed it.
And not just me, like, after the last romance scene, I'm gonna just make her despise me. It's gonna be funny. And then, kill her. Personally, my favorite.
She wasn't unhappy. We had a good life, and she liked Orlais well enough. I loved it, though. Valroyaux was so vibrant, colorful. Mother died when I was very young. Lady Cecily let me stay with her. I had no one else. She was quite old then, and she had me study music and dance to entertain her. It is unfair that I have more memories of Cecily than my mother. Strangely, the only thing I really remember of Mother was her scent. She kept dried flowers in her closet amongst her clothes. Small white Ferelden wildflowers with a sweet fragrance. Mother called them Andrastis Grace. They were very rare in Orlais. But enough about that. Let us move on.
What the fuck is a lighting doing, though? It's like flickering.
Yes.
Indeed.
Indeed.
Of course.
I sense some dark.
I sense some dark spawn.
Right ahead. I'm hurt. I need help.
Oh, this should be good. Delightful.
I don't love that.
Hey. Right away.
There we go.
Ah, that will leave a scar.
Crap, right ahead.
Last.
Not the failed, disarm. So wait, it's going to go to Redcliffe, and then... So Redcliffe, and then the Mage Tower.
Look, can we talk for a moment? I need to tell you something. I should probably have told you earlier.
You're an idiot.
Yes, that's right. I stopped you to tell you that I'm an idiot. Whew. Thank the maker you know already. Now I can stop worrying I'll be found out.
Oh my god. Oh,
Oh ho ho. I'm trying to be serious here. Just listen. I told you before how Al Eamon raised me, right? That my mother was a serving girl at the castle and he took me in. The reason he did that was because, well, because my father was King Marek.
Dun dun
Which
dun.
made Caelan my half-brother, I suppose.
What a royal.
Ha! Yes, I guess it does it, that. I should use that line more often. I would have told you, but it never really meant anything to me. I was inconvenient, a possible threat to Caelan's rule, and so they kept me secret. I'd never talked about it to anyone. Everyone who knew either resented me for it or
That
they
pisses me
coddled
off, though.
Even Duncan kept me out of the fighting because of it. I didn't want you to know as long as possible. I'm sorry.
So, like... Here's what bothers me. He can't... I can't make him king because I killed a dog. And I'm just like, why the fuck does that matter? So, later in the game, you can choose to make him a king. You can, if you get everyone's approval. But the problem is, you can't exactly do that. So, you were so stupid.
Look, I said I'm sorry. I know I should have said something. This... oh, it's never brought me anything but problems. I wish it weren't even true. At any rate, that's it. That's what I had to tell you. I thought you should know about it.
We can use this to our advantage.
Oh, no, no, I don't like the sound of that. If that's where you're going. It was made very clear to me early on that there's no room for me on the throne. And that's fine by me. No, if there's an heir to be found, it's Arl Eamon himself. He's not of royal blood, but he is Kaelin's uncle, and more importantly, very popular with the people. Though, if he's really as sick as we've heard... no, I don't want to think about that. I really don't. So there you have it. Now can we move on? And I'll just pretend you still think I'm some nobody who was too lucky to die with the rest of the Grey Wardens.
Aren't you?
Oh, lovely. I'm going to regret this. Somehow I just know it.
As you command, he really just.
I thought I saw travelers coming down the road, though I scarcely believed it. Have you come to help us? I'm not stopping you or anything. But
I actually don't have to help them, so I'm not going to.
Has anyone? We heard news about the king and all the fighting. That was before everything started here. We're under attack. Monsters come out of the castle every night and attack us until dawn. Everyone's been fighting and dying.
Apparently everyone seems to agree that a blight is the perfect time to start killing each other. Marvelous, really.
We've no army to defend us. No Arl and no king to send us help. So many are dead. And those left are terrified they're next.
Hold on, what is this evil that's attacking you?
I don't rightly know. I'm sorry, nobody does. I should take you to Ban Tegan. He's all that's holding us together. He'll want to see you.
Ban Tegan, Arl Eamon's brother. He's here.
Yes. It's not far, if you'll come with me.
Yeah, I'm not gonna help y'all. Sorry, not sorry.
It's
Fuck.
Thomas, yes? And who are these people with you? They are obviously not simple travelers.
No, my lord. They just arrived, and I thought you would want to see them.
Well done, Thomas. Greetings, friends. My name is Tegan, Ban of Rainersphere, brother to the Arl.
I remember you, Ban Tegan. Though the last time we met, I was a lot younger and covered in mud.
Covered in mud?
Covered in blood.
Alistair? It is you, isn't it? You're alive! This is wonderful news.
Still alive, yes. Though I'm just as surprised about that as you are, believe me.
Indeed. Loghain would have us believe all Grey Wardens died along with my nephew, amongst other things. So you are a Grey Warden as well. A pleasure to meet you. I wish it were under better circumstances. You're here to see my brother. Unfortunately, that might be a problem. Eamon is gravely ill. No one has heard from the castle in days. No guards patrol the walls, and no one has responded to my shouts. The attack started a few nights ago. Evil things surged from the castle. We drove them back, but many perished during the assault.
What?
Because each night they return, their ranks bolstered with our recently dead, and we are desperate for help.
It seems there is no end to the demands upon your time. Let us seek your allies elsewhere.
With Kaelin dead and Loghain starting a war over the throne, no one responds to my urgent calls for help. I have a feeling tonight's assault will be the worst yet. Alistair, I hate to ask, but I desperately need the help of you and your friends.
It isn't just up to me. Though the Grey Wardens don't stand much chance against Loghain without our Eamon.
Isn't it? You're a Grey Warden seeking Eamon's help. He simply needs your help first. What do you say?
We're just going to abandon these people to their fate?
Yep.
Surely you don't mean that. Maybe you're right. How I hate this.
Of
What a
course.
relief that you do not intend to mire us in this pitiful mess. Let us be on the way soon.
I see. That's disappointing.
I'm sorry, my lord. You have to understand, as Grey Wardens, the Darkspawn are our primary concern.
I suggest you leave the village, then. We have much to prepare for, and your presence would surely be a distraction. Thank you, Thomas. Please return to your post and continue keeping an eye out.
Mad.
Report to Murdoch on your way.
Yes, Van Tegan.
Mac, I'm not helping.
I'm so scared. Sorry. Am I bothering you? I'll try to be more quiet. I shouldn't be such a crybaby. With Mother gone now, I have to be brave. I can't help myself. I'm so frightened.
Wow.
Those things dragged my mother away. I don't know what happened to her, but I hear her screaming all the time. Everywhere.
How terrible, you poor thing. I wish there was something we could do to help.
And now my brother Bevan, he ran off. I don't know where he is. I'm so scared they got him too.
You need to be strong.
I understand, I do. I'm just so afraid for him.
Silence, girl.
Stream.
You want the children to
She can hear her stream everywhere, but she never thought. What? So like,
Wait for them.
she hearing someone streaming
have
her?
choice.
Wow.
We must pray.
Damn. So like, she hears the echo of a streamer.
You know, we don't have the men we need. And their numbers just
Still
keep
no
growing
sign of them
each
coming
night.
back from the castle, Murdoch.
Yeah, well, not helping y'all, so good luck.